We love food, we love serving people, we love creating things. So I don't know what you'd call that, but it all revolves around consumption and pushing the envelope with creativity. I think here it's more about having fun. So, when the diner comes in here, we try and let them have as much fun as they want, but they just have to understand our vision of what creative fun is. Well, here we have some utensils here that we can thread herbs through them, and we can place things on them. And once we brulee these things, they take on a much different flavor and aromatic profile, something that you really wouldn't eat, but you can enjoy through the perception of your olfactory. You can smell it, you can make it a part of the dish, even though it's not really a part of the dish. And here we have a menu, but it's not your average menu. We're going to tell you to crunch it up, and it actually has a taste reminiscent of potato chips. And if they would notice the menu, it actually said alphabet soup. And that's really what it takes to create avant-garde interactive food. You have to start with new tools, then you start with new ideas. When you explore the unknown, you either go through one of two emotions, fear, or you want to learn more. Most people here, they want to learn more because there's really nothing to fear here.
So Dara, Moto is really pushing the envelope when it comes to food. Now you're a lawyer, make a case for it.
Sure, well, Moto is my choice for fine dining because they go beyond just exotic ingredients that look good on a plate, and they try to stimulate both sides of your brain and really kind of reshape the way that you think about fine dining. A lot of people are looking for comfort food, they're looking for a piece of steak, they're looking for something that just warms their belly. I think people who will enjoy Moto are people who care about food, they're serious about food, and they want a unique experience for a special occasion.
This is like a type of cuisine that's really hard to grasp, and there's really no way to describe it. I mean, avant-garde it's probably the best way to describe it. I mean, Kate, you went there. What were your expectations and how were they met?
Wow. Well, I looked up Moto on the internet, and so I got a little bit of the buzz before I went there. And so my expectation was that it was going to be really incredible, really interesting food, and my expectations were totally met. I mean, it's on Fulton Market, a little odd street. There's shipping dock, and then a window, and it's Moto.
Really? It's in like the meat packing district?
Yeah. So I knew it was going to be expensive, and I work part-time, I'm a mom, and my husband's a grad student, and so, spending $100 on a tasting menu, we sucked it up and, we did it for the public good, right?
My apologies.
Oh, no, I'd go back there in a heartbeat.
Totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Well, as a salesman, were you sold?
Big time. It was like reckless driving, the Kama Sutra of white tablecloth dining. It's like you have no idea what direction you're going in. We were laughing at the servers as they were bringing courses to the table, but then when it was paired with wine, it was perfect. 4 people with the 10 course with the wine pairing with tip was $900. It was totally worth it. Totally worth it. Elaine was at the table stacking $100 bills. I'm glad to give people my money.
Dara, that's a huge chunk of change. Honestly, what are they doing for $900 that's just going to blow me away?
Well, I'll try to explain it by giving you an example. They have a dish called the Pacific Bass cooked tableside. It's cooked in this steamer that the chef invented. Where it actually steams at your table. So it's sitting there for about 15 minutes.
You can see through the box.
You can see through the box. It's some kind of weird polymer. You can kind of smell the aroma. It's actually steamed in water that was flown in from the Pacific Ocean. And it's seasoned with toasted black rice and seaweed. And you can have your debate at the table about whether you think it's a gimmick, whether you think it's worth it, or whether you think it's something that has some substance to it.
Until you taste it. It's great.
Yeah.
Sure. And so, if you're going to have a debate, you might as well have it over a delicious piece of food. So
Chef Omar Cantu is actually no stranger to the kitchen. Even though he's 27 years old, he actually trained at Charlie Trotter's for 4 years. And much of his kitchen staff comes from the high-end, pricier Motoni restaurants in the city. But even within that, there is still this debate. in the classic food world about what type of cuisine is Moto putting out?
Prosciutto cotton candy.
Oh, exactly.
I'm
Right.
glad it questions tradition. I mean, it's something completely different. We had a dish with a syringe, like a plastic syringe, where you drip the porcini squeeze juice
See, a
on
syringe. I mean, like you're going to take
It's-
somebody there and like a syringe. Is that part of like a dining experience?
I think so. I think it's part of their mindset. You know, they're delivering a concentrated flavor to you in a different way, and it kind of makes you think about how the food gets from the plate to your mouth, and pretty much everyone that works in the kitchen at Moto is, you know, in their mid-20s. It's almost like you know, their parole officer was gone when they came up with the menu, and so, you know, it's wild and it's out there, and I can certainly understand why it would ruffle some feathers in the, you know, staid fine dining community of Chicago.
Let me give you an example of my favorite dish. The names of the dishes on the menus were partly descriptive, but the dishes that you got completely confounded your expectations. So, for example, rice and beans. I was looking forward to rice and beans because I thought,
Cuban style.
yeah, or even taqueria style. I mean,
anything
just
like that?
no, it wasn't. So my rice and beans were scarlet runner beans, huge, big as the top of my thumb.
They're great. I love those beans.
Yeah, and then veal. Where did that come from, this gorgeous succulent veal? And then different kinds of rice cooked in some sort of sauce. And then scarlet runner bean ice cream, which was served in this little pyramid. And I got one bite of it before it melted into this luxurious creamy sauce. Wow, incredible.
Earl, what type of occasion would you go to a place like Moto for?
I went for my 40th birthday, and it was great. From 8 to 11:30, I felt like a king. I was spoiled.
Yeah.
I questioned everything, and we had the greatest time. It was a great meal experience, and my friends are still talking about it, and this is like a month ago.
Kate, is this a place that you would send your next door neighbor out to?
My next door neighbor, probably not.
Specific
but
next door neighbor?
but my friends, I would send my friends there. You know, people who care about food, who are interested and open-minded and curious about things and want to learn through a delicious medium. Yeah.
All right. Well, Dara, this was your selection, pretty much unanimous. Give us your summary.
Okay, if you are serious about fine dining and you want a unique experience at a special place, go to Moto, because you won't get anything like it anywhere else.
Earl?
Drive reckless and have a great time.
Kate?
It's incredible food at an incredible price, but worth every penny.
Well, you can experience the magic of Moto at 945 West Fulton Market, 312-491-0058. They're open for dinner Monday through Saturday. Reservations are strongly recommended. And the average dinner tab per person without drinks, $120.